What do you feel about Monique and what she said about the situation, kind of blaming Katt Williams for it and all that?
I don't know. I really didn't. I didn't go when I heard people talking about Monique, and it was weird. It was weird. I didn't want to see it. Um, I did go and look at some other people that know Katt Williams. I was really looking to see who was going to speak up for Katt.
Right.
That's what I went to go check. Who was talking about this Reggie Carroll situation, and who was going to speak up for Katt? You would have thought that there would have been a lot more people. I don't think anybody of a recognizable name that I've seen has spoken up for him at all. Not at all. Not in any way. Not by any means. Like I feel bad for Monique. I think she's in a bad situation. I think she's in a terrible situation. I think she cares about everybody involved, and I think she's trying to say the best thing she can. I don't know. It's weird. This whole situation is weird. It's funny though, because the one thing that stood out to me when I started seeing the content creators, especially certain content creators that were going after this right away, or
Mm-hmm.
as soon as it became available to the public. Number one, why wasn't any of this on the news? That was the first thing that come to my mind.
Yeah, this should be big news, real big news.
Why wasn't any of this on the news? Like, and I get it. It happened, Tennessee, Mississippi state line, but even still, national news is all over social media. Why did we see more about this on the news? And if it wasn't on the news like that, and nobody was there except for these two gentlemen, allegedly, that's what they're saying. That's what, the authorities are saying. How did all of this information make it to the internet? You know, you got this Billy Sorrells guy.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to be the number one stepper for going after Katt Williams on this story. Like he didn't waste no time. He went to social media, called the man out, said all kinds of things, and talked about his character, talked about you know, his intimate whatever. And but it was the way he started it off. You the truth teller, right? You the one that knows everybody's business.
Right.
You could talk about all of this other stuff. Why aren't you talking about Reggie? Well, number one, whatever he had to say in that interview with Shay Shay, it didn't have anything to do with Reggie Carroll, did it?
Mm.
So I'm trying to figure out how one thing has something to do with the other. Everybody's talking about, oh, he was a brother, and him and Kat were so close. Were they? Do we really know how close they were? Then
Right.
people want to make a big deal. It's Cat Williams' house. People said that they seen him at that house. So just because you see somebody at a residence, that instantly means they own it. Maybe fans were watching him go in and out. I don't know. What I do know is that it was owned by a corporation and it was leased to a corporation. And Reggie and Mr. Carroll and Mr. Williams, what's his name, Trinell or something like
Yeah,
that?
Trinell, Marquise Williams.
Yeah, Mr. Williams were roommates there. Then you want to hear people saying, Oh, well, if they was down there working with Cat, why weren't they staying at Cat's house? Cat has always, as far as I can remember, kept certain parts of his life separate. You know, when he had the house in Marina Del Rey in LA, his children didn't live there. The only people that came there were the people that were working, that were writing for the Adult Swim show and writing jokes, you know, working with him on his comedy specials. His children lived in a completely different other house. And he went back and forth.
Right.
People that know him know that he's always lived his life compartmentally. So for people to make a big deal about, well, it was supposed to be Cat's house. Well, it's not Cat's house. It was leased to the LLC. Yeah, well, yeah, but I don't understand. If he was down there with him, why wasn't he staying in his house? Like people seem to be making a big deal about a lot of things. And the one thing that I'm seeing that's real huge right now is that people are going after whistleblowers
Yeah.
heavy right now. Matter of fact, ever since the Diddy verdict came in and Diddy hasn't gotten out of jail, social media has become quite insufferable for anybody that's a whistleblower. People are going out of their way to pick fights. People are going out of their way to create little troll legions to go inside people's chats, go to people's websites, do this, do that. Like there's a lot of stuff going on. And up until now, Cat has pretty much been exempt from all of that. Matter of fact, of all of the whistleblowers that really didn't, that was really getting a lot of heat during this whole Diddy trial and the verdict and all of that, Cat was like the only one that nobody was really saying anything about. Am I wrong?
Well,
Matter of fact, I asked somebody that a few weeks back. The way you come at me, the way you come at this person and that person, y'all ain't saying nothing about Cat. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. And then I heard, oh man, oh look at Cat and everyone was so hot for him to be involved. Like I've never seen people like want somebody to be involved in a tragic situation so bad. Meanwhile, not saying that Reggie Carroll wasn't popular, not saying that he wasn't building up um his repertoire, but he definitely didn't have the kind of national awareness that Katt Williams does, and now he does. Now everybody knows who he is. And it's just interesting. Especially this Billy Sorrells guy. Like he's running around, Cat's gonna do this, and this is gonna happen, and that's gonna happen. It's like he wants to be the oracle of bad news. He's such a Cassandra. He's got it all figured out. And now Cat has been cleared, or at least that's what the authorities said on the news finally after they did their investigation. Oh, he ain't said nothing. He ain't said nothing. Well, maybe the reason why he didn't say anything is because of all of you. Or maybe his lawyer may have instructed him that it's best for him not to say anything publicly. Now they're saying that the family got paid off. But don't believe it. He's really involved. He's really involved. And it's like, it sucks because they all keep going back to, oh, well, he said this and he knew that and he said this and now he's quiet and now he like, I don't know. To me, it kind of seems like people want him to be involved. And the one thing that I do know, especially when it comes to whistleblowers who speak out and who speak out fearlessly on really heavy matters, they don't always orchestrate situations to trap them up to make them look bad. Sometimes they just wait for something bad to happen, and then there's the opportunity to pile on.
Mm.
which is why I've had absolutely nothing to say about it. It's kind of wild to see how many, you know, everyone talks about how this was Reggie Carroll's big break. And Katt's the person that gave it to him.
Mm.
There's a lot of comedians that's talking a lot of stuff. And there's some of them that have, high value. Did y'all give Reggie that opportunity? Like, I just find it funny. Because a lot of the people that's on tour with Katt are a lot of the people that was getting overlooked by Hollywood. And all of these Illuminati people. And you hear a lot of that. There's a lot of that being said. Oh well, people on the tour said it can't be acting up, and people on the tour said can't be hitting on he be abusing the women on the tour. And people on the tour said, well, why ain't any of these people coming forward and saying it themselves? Other than Monique, apparently.
Mm.
And from what I heard, she didn't have a lot to say either. Did I go and listen to it? No, I didn't. I heard what other people had to say. Matter of fact, what did she say? I want to hear you say.